How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support you all shower me here with. I am grateful, and you all are super sweet. So today we'll be talking something very important, and it's about the Jewish, right? And how there are so many Christians, Zionists, right? And now APAC Jewish lobby is now penetrating into churches. Now, we all have already, seen them moving all around from politics to school, from school, Air Force, Air Force, church. So it looks like they are not leaving any stone unturned. Like they are making sure that everywhere is well covered. And before you know what it's going on, most palm colored people, they already been indoctrinated. That's why you see some of them, they speak the way they speak and try to tell you that black people are brainwashed, not supporting the Jewish and all that. And I keep saying, how is it how is it that when you speak up about what is going on, about the genocide that is going on, black people are being called anti-Semitic for speaking the truth, right? And now they are pushing on banning TikTok because they said that TikTok has made a lot of people anti-Semitic, right? And now, so when you speak the truth, you are anti-Semitic, anti-Semitic. They don't even care. They don't like, as long as you are not supporting them, you are the bad person. Let's get into this.
Have you ever wondered why there were so many Christian Zionists, or why so many people who align with Christianity simping so hard and going so hard for Israel? Our favorite Israeli lobbyist group infiltrated the Christian community. Let me read you something right quick. The committee carries on major part of its work through highly specialized subcommittees composed of professionals in specific areas of activity who volunteer their services to the American Zionist Council. It is the subcommittee chairmen who have been instrumental for the most part in mobilizing these experts to serve with them to help interpret Israel to the general American public. In addition, the AZC staff carries on a number of activities on its own without benefit from these volunteers. The committee plans to operate in the following areas during the 1962-63 budgetary year: magazine, television, radio, film, Christian religious groups, academic circles, daily press, books, speakers, liaison with organizations, project and issues, visitors to Israel, counteracting the opposition, and miscellaneous. Christian religious groups: cultivation of key religious leaders and groups, setting up seminars on Israel for Christian clergy, stimulating of positive articles in the Protestant and Catholic press, counteraction of hostile material in that press, reprints and distribution of favorable materials from the church press, stimulation of suitable articles in the journal for the Jewish religions and groups. Plainly, the APEC infiltrated all aspects of Christian-based religions. And in the previous video, when I was talking about the education aspect, they replaced a lot of Christian-based terms that you would typically see in the Bible, and they made it into a hybrid Judeo-Christian. This is why you see so many Zionist Christians, and they're going so hard and they're so faithful and loyal to Israel, not necessarily the Jewish faith, because they don't care about the Jewish faith, but Israel, the state, by way of Jerusalem being the birthplace of Jesus Christ. So if you open up a Bible, you'll see a lot of Judeo-Christian terminologies, not necessarily Christian terminologies. Just to kind of give you some perspective, especially those bluegrass organizations that are like, we're going to kick out the APEC in our government levels and government positions. APEC has infiltrated every single aspect of American society: religion, Christian religion, education, agriculture, commerce, laws, you name it, the APEC has infiltrated it. So this goes so much deeper than politicians being bought out. And this is why you see so many of the older American population going so hard, and they're so loyal to Israel because Israel has indoctrinated them via the APEC. Someone had posed this question a while ago in regards to why Adolf Hitler hated the Jewish people so much. And so I am going to give you a super abbreviated history on what led to the Holocaust. Super, super, super abbreviated, okay? For those who are about to be in my comment section, but that's not true, that's not what happened. So let's take it all the way back to 1918. It was the end of World War I. Germany was on the opposition, and Germany ended up becoming financially bankrupt. So they had no money. They were financially crippled because war is expensive. What a lot of people don't know is Adolf Hitler actually served in the German army all the way up until 1919, and so he saw the devastation of the war. He belonged to this political group called the German Workers' Party. They were the precursor to the Nazi Party, right? And so during that time period, he was anti-communism, anti-capitalism, and he had this long-standing conspiracy towards the Jewish community. In 1921, the Nazi Party was formed, and he tried to seize control of the government by 1923, but that failed, and so he ended up getting thrown in jail and spending 5 years in prison. While he was in prison, he wrote his book, Mein Kampf, which translates to My Struggle. In 1924, he was released early from prison, and he publicly criticized the Treaty of Versailles, which garnered him a lot of popularity amongst the German citizens. And this is when he was really pushing anti-communist, anti-Semitic, as well as anti-capitalist perspective, because he was playing on the fact that people were beat down and wore out, and the economy was shit in Germany because of World War I. In 1932, majority of the political seats were now held by the Nazi Party, which then in turn allowed him to run for chancellor, and he won. He was elected to chancellor in 1933. Now, what made Adolf Hitler super, super popular was the fact that he turned Germany's economy around. Now, mind you, people were mad, people were angry because of Germany's economic situation. Think of it as the Great Depression for Germany, right? And he was able to turn that around and make Germany prosperous. During that time period, he was othering the Jewish population, and by 1936, it was the onset and the beginning of the Holocaust, and the rest is history. I say all of this because I am afraid for Jewish citizens around the world that the events that's happening in Israel, with more and more people seeing that Israel is a fraud, they're going to start lashing out and committing a lot of violence and othering Jewish citizens around the world. And I'm afraid that those Jewish citizens are going to turn into the scapegoat because of what Israel is doing. I hope that makes sense for y'all.
Really do need to ban TikTok once and for all. And let me tell you why. For every 30 minutes that someone watches TikTok, every day, they become 17% more anti-Semitic, more pro-Hamas based on doing that. We now know that 50% of adults 18 to 25 think that Hamas was warranted in what they did with Israel. That's a problem.
My God, could you be any more of a pick-me Nancy? No one here is pro-Hamas. What we are is pro-Palestinian. What we are is pro-humanity. What we are is pro-accountability. And we want anyone that is guilty of committing war crimes held accountable, whether that's Israel or Hamas. Unfortunately for you, the war crimes that Israel has committed far outweighs Hamas to this point. Also, anti-Zionism is not anti-Semitism. Let's say it again. Anti-Zionism is not anti-Semitism. You, in any kind of democratic government, should be able to question your leadership and its effectiveness. If you cannot, that should be a ginormous red fucking flag. And whether you are left or you are on the right, we can agree on one thing, that our freedom of speech was a constitutional right given to us by our forefathers, and we will protect it. Our right to question our government and demand that they represent us has been given to us since the very beginning of this country. And the more you try and shut us up, and the more you try and get rid of this app, the more you show us just how powerful our voices and this tool truly is. We will not be silent. Not now, not ever. What we are is pro-humanity. What we are is pro-accountability.
And what you are not is pro-black. Let's be very clear about that. Very clear. Because black people in America, we see it very clearly. So we want you to know that we see you, all of you. It is not difficult for black people in America to stand in solidarity with Palestinians, because we understand what they are going through all too well. And we're going through it because of people that say they stand in solidarity with Palestinians. It's interesting to me that people that look like you can so clearly articulate how being anti-Zionist is not anti-Semitic. But for the life of you, we can't get you to understand how being anti-racist is not being anti-white. Did you hear that? Being anti-racist is not anti-white. And if you can understand that being anti-Zionist is not anti-Semitic, why is it so bloody fucking hard for people that look like you to stand in solidarity with people that look like me, that live in the same neighborhoods as you? Our children go to the same schools. We shop at the same grocery stores. And we still got people out here like Hannah Payne that thinks they can take the law into their own hands and end the life of someone that looks like us. So while you say that you are pro-humanity, I say you are not. You are pro the moment at hand. This is sexy for you. This makes you feel good. This makes you look good to get on this app and make these declarations. To call someone else a pick-me Nancy. But you wouldn't call her that, in my defense. Because you don't see what you, people that look like you in this country, are doing to people that look like me in this country. And when this is over, and I pray that we are able to save as many lives in Palestine as possible, the lives of black people in America will still be in harm's way. Will you have this energy for us? Because up to this point, you have not. And we see you. To be pro-humanity is to be pro-black, just like it is to be pro-Palestinian. But you don't give a fuck about being pro-black. It's just not sexy enough for you, I guess. But please do not forget, your neighbors that look like me are watching you.
So this is all I got from this video, and shout out to to our amazing sisters that spoke. Sincerely speaking, it looks like Israel, the Jewish are really taking over, because like from what I have been seeing so far, you all know that I have been making a lot of research, trying to know what is going on and how the Jewish community or how they feel about Black people and the rest of it. And so far, they are not like, for Black people. And the fact that they are doing so much, and also APAC, the Jewish lobby, is doing so much to have so much upper hand in the United States. And most palm-colored people have been indoctrinated. That's why some of them, when you see them, all they want to talk about is why Black people are being anti-Black, why they talk about how Black people are being brainwashed, how Black people are the real problem, how their problem is Black people, and the rest of it. And then, mind you, some palm-colored people are so pro-Palestine, or some are pro-Palestine or Hamas or whatever that is going on, but some of them cannot stand Black people. I don't know if you understand what I am saying. They are doing all they are doing, but they cannot stand Black people. They don't want to have anything to do with Black people. When they see something going on in Black community that their voice needed to be rendered, they will not do it. But first of all, but they come out, to tell you that, yeah, we're pro-life, we're pro-this, we're pro-that. But what about the people, your next door neighbor that is Black? What have you done to make sure that their life is better? They haven't done anything, and they are not going to do anything. Then you see them scream, we are pro-life and all of that. I think charity begins at home. If your neighbor is Black and you cannot speak up for your neighbor when something is going on, or you cannot even, most of them cannot even stand Black people, right? But they want to come online to tell us that they are pro-Black. First of all, you need to take care of your environment before coming outside, before telling us that you are pro-life, you are pro-this, and all of that. And now, they know how strong people's voices, because that I learned a lot about what has been going on, or what is going on between Palestine and Israel, was because of African American community, right? I never knew all this, but I started learning from African American, because when you all see, when something starts, I think the first people to carry it also are Black people. Their voices are so, I don't know how to say it, but they have great voices. People really do listen to them. So it was from their activism that I found out what is going on, how it started, and the rest of it. Now they know how powerful Black people are. They know how powerful their voices are. They know how of natural influencers Black people are. Now they feel threatened. They want to cut off TikTok, because how do you all learn everything on TikTok? How do you all see everything going on TikTok? You all are harming, like to them. We are harming them through TikTok. So they want to cut everything off. Then they are saying that because Black people are against genocide. You all already know that. So you all now are anti-Semitism, because when you speak up on the truth right now, you are nothing but anti-Semitic. Anti-Semitic is just something that they push on everybody's faces straight up to make you feel guilty about you standing up for the truth. But nobody should ever back down. When you see the truth, I think we should speak up, no matter what it's going to cost. So, yeah, Black people are speaking up. Other people of color are also learning from Black people and also speaking up. And now you all think your life is all in danger and you want to ban. Go ban TikTok. Who cares? This is all I got for you all. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.